Hi, John from Jersey Buyer. So with everything going on now with the coronavirus out there and you're not supposed to be going outside, we're obviously not doing any sourcing now, and we even pulled all of our auctions off of eBay. Now, why did we do that? We did that for two reasons. Reason number one is because you're really not supposed to be going out. So for me to have to package things up and go out to the post office, I just thought it was something I didn't have to do for now. So better not to take the chance. Let's just be careful. The second reason is because since Michelle and I do this part-time, we're both still employed full-time, we're really not counting on the income from the auctions. Now, there are quite a bit of folks who've been laid off in the past couple of weeks who are counting on every single eBay sale. So we do our part and we pulled our auctions down, at least for now. If things change and one of us loses our jobs, then we'll have to post. But for now, we'll keep our auctions down. We had 31 auctions up. We sold 13 of them. So we're down to, within the past couple of weeks, so we're down to 18. Do my math, 18. So we pulled those 18 down. We'll post them up again once the travel ban has been lifted and things start to turn around a bit. So today's video is going to be more centered on things that we've picked up in the past, and we'll take a look at what we bought and what we hope to sell it for eventually. The first thing we want to look at is a book I picked up. I picked this up from a flea market last year. The flea market started about 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't come across this book till about 10 o'clock. So it just goes to show you could be hours into something and still find some great buys out there. The name of the book is The Devil's Reject by Rob Zombie. This is a movie. This is based on the movie that came out in 2005. It was written and directed by Rob Zombie. Didn't do that well in the theaters. Only had 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. But it definitely has its fan base. So this is the director's script by Rob Zombie. I only paid 50 cents for this book, so it's a really nice find. It's in great condition. I don't see any major issues with it. And what's very nice about it is signed. I went on to Google Images and looked at his signature, and that is it. So a signed copy of The Devil's Reject by Rob Zombie. Again, paid 50 cents for it. Looking at comps out there, these sell for a ballpark around $100 or so. Some go for more. There are some out there with multiple signatures in there. But we have the key signature here, Rob Zombie. So once the ban is lifted, I plan on posting this, and we're going to ask about $100 and see where we go from there. So nice pickup, 50 cents. The next thing we want to look at is a mug. This is a Budman mug. So he's got the cape on. It says Budweiser Budman and opens up like this. This is a nice pickup. We actually got this from a garage sale about 3 years ago. Paid $2 for it, so it's a really nice pickup. Didn't know the value at the time, but I figured for $2, I'm not really risking much, and I know I could resell it for more than that fairly easily. So Budman mugs first came out in 1975. When they came out, they were for sale for $5.95. If you have one of the original ones, they sell online for about $100 or so. You could tell it's original because this is actually the second generation. The second generation one came out in 1989. When it was sold for $29.95, and now it's selling for about $15 on eBay. So not exactly a great investment. But you could tell the difference because on the earlier ones, the cape does not come all the way down. The cape is much, much shorter, so it doesn't come all the way down. The bow tie here actually says Budweiser on these later ones. And these later ones also have a yellow belt. The earlier ones do not. There was also a much later version that came out in 1993 where Budman has sunglasses on and he's no longer portly, he's muscular. I think Budweiser was trying to change the image, get away from the whole beer belly image and make it more muscular. Those came out, but I don't have an example to show you for that. But in any case, this is the 1989 version, value of about $15. Paid $2 for it. It does have a small chip over here, but that's on the side. It's really not that bad. So maybe I'll get $12 for it. But keep your eyes open. If you see a Budman mug and he does not have the yellow belt and he has the shorter cape, pick it up because you can probably easily get about $100 for it or so. Next, we want to take a look at a German mug. This is a mug I picked up for $3 at a garage sale. And it's made of, I believe, pewter. Got the little lid that pops open. Here's what the top of it says. Actually, it says something written here in German. So I went to Google the translation, and let me read this. It says it's the Association of Food and Drink Workers. And so Association of Food and Drink Workers, written in German on the bottom. And under that, it says 1900 to 1926. And it has the name Konrad, Konrad Hoffler, Hofler, Konrad Hoffler. So I believe, because it says 1900 to 1926, this was given to Konrad in 1926 for his working at the Association of Food and Drink Workers. So, and it also says Nuremberg, Germany, which I've been to, beautiful place. Nuremberg, Germany, it says Nuremberg-Fürth, F-U-R-T-H, on the very, very top. So I picked this up for a couple bucks at a garage sale. Again, so I'm assuming it's from 1926. It's in pretty good condition. We're going to eventually put this up on eBay. Couldn't find any comps for it, but because of the age and the very nice condition, probably put it up for around $40 and see where we go from there. We have some Game Boy games. This is part of a large lot I purchased a couple of years ago. Got these for only a couple bucks each. The great thing about these is that these are in the original box, and the original boxes are all in very good condition, no real damage. I wouldn't say it's mint, but at least very good plus. So each box still has the protective plastic. The game is wrapped up. It has the manual in here. So the condition on all these is very, very nice. Again, we only paid a couple bucks for this. This is Super Scrabble for Game Boy. This is something, it's probably about a $12 game. It doesn't really fetch that much. So about 12 bucks or so in the box. When I'm saying the prices, this is what we're going to start the auction off at. Might go a little bit higher, but we'll see. So this is about a $12 game. This one's kind of neat. 7-Up Spot. Also has everything inside, manual, everything else. This, if I did not have the box, this would probably be like a $6 or $7 game. With the box, it's at least, I'm going to start the auction at 20 and see where we go from there. So 7-Up Spot, Game Boy. Next we have Tiny Toons. This is Bugs Bunny, I guess. Tiny Toon Adventures, Babs' Big Break. This is something that I'm guessing somewhere around $15 in that area. Not a big money maker, but for a couple bucks, nice little profit. Here we have a Pac-Man in the original box. Again, if this was a separate game, it's maybe $6, $7. With the box and the manual and everything, we're going to start off around 25 and see where we go from there. Then we have, hope I'm pronouncing this right, Quarth, Q-U-A-R-T-H, in the original box. Very good condition. This is something that we'll sell we're starting off at around 25. If you didn't have the box, probably about 8, 9, 10, but 25 bucks in the box. Last but not least, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. So this, I think we're going to start somewhere around the $40 range. Again, if we didn't have the box, probably about a $10 thing. But with the box, this start around 40. I expect to get about 50 or so, but we'll see where it goes from there. So we have these 6 games. We only paid a couple bucks each for them. This is the last of the lot that I have. All the other ones sold very quickly. Had no problem selling them and getting making a pretty nice profit on it. So this was a real nice pickup. So if you see Game Boy games, yes, there's value. If you see them in the original box, probably about at least 3 or 4 times the value. There is one more thing we want to take a look at. Last week we purchased a reel-to-reel tape player. We saw an ad on Facebook. The ad had only been posted for a few hours. They were asking $35 for a reel-to-reel player. I've never bought one. I've ever owned one in the past, but I knew there was some value there. So took a quick ride out, picked it up for 35 bucks. Let's take a look. So this is a reel-to-reel player. Company is OKI. Model is 111. OKI later became Oki Data. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. So this reel-to-reel unit came out somewhere in I believe in the very early 60s. This is model, like we said, 111. They got real creative. Next was 222, then 333, and blah, blah, blah. I think it went up to 888. So when this unit came out in the early 60s, it was selling for $129.95. So back in the early 60s, that was some pretty big bucks. So this would have been a pretty high-end entertainment system. So you have the music on this reel, tape goes through here and onto here. There's also, you can do home recordings with this. There's a microphone you could plug in. So this piece here, one of the clips is broken. It has the clip on the one side, but not on the other. So it won't stay locked into place. I gotta figure out a way if I can attach that a little bit better. But let me leave this off just to show you how it works. Get close up with the switches first. There's rewind, pause, stop and run, and fast forward and stop. It's also record, speakers using internal or external, and the speed 3 3/4 or 7.5. Tone button and a volume button. So to run it, push this up. Well, that didn't work. Okay, you have to turn it on first. That makes sense. Turn it on. You feel it humming. And watch what happens when I push this up. This thing pops up. Tape goes through here and onto here. So this is working, at least in this respect, which is great. It means the belts are okay, and so I'm glad it's working. Light goes on, it's working. However, no sound is coming out. So that's our dilemma right now. These are the speakers. I don't even hear a crackling, nothing at all. We tried to plug it into an external speaker, doing the line out, but also nothing. So let's see. You could also do a rewind, and that works. It's a fast forward. So everything, this part at least works okay. The speeds work, this works okay. It's just a matter of why are we not getting sound out of here. So I paid $35 for this unit, as well as a whole bunch of tapes. These are not really pre-recorded tapes. These are kind of homemade tapes. And there's something on each one here. This one says Westinghouse Electric Company, McGraw-Hill Meeting, 1964. We tried a couple different tapes, and again, no sound coming out of any of them. So I'm gonna toy around with it a bit, post it on different Facebook reel-to-reel sites, see if I can find a quick, easy fix. Otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it yet. I might hold on to it, might sell it, not sure. But I think for $35, you got a pretty good buy on this. I looked up on eBay looking for comps. I cannot find any comps for OKI reel-to-reel. So I don't think it was very, they made too many of these, it was too widely distributed. I'm not really too sure the value. I imagine even in the broken condition, just for parts, it's probably gonna go for $100 or so. If I can get it working, probably more like a couple hundred. So that's our reel-to-reel purchase for this week. Okay, that's all we have for today. We're back again next week with another video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks.